Now I am using a Windows XP machine and I'm on Internet Explorer 6. Internet Explorer works fabulous on the Windows machine. Firefox works great on a Windows machine. If you are on a Macintosh, you do not want to be on Safari. Safari is a great browser, but it does not work well with Blogger. So if that's the case, I'd suggest you stop right now and download Firefox for the Macintosh. You can go to, I think it's mozilla.com, download Firefox, and once you get that up and running, we're ready to go. All right, so here we are. When I start in the morning, my website automatically opens up to Google's homepage. And where I want to go and where I want you to go is to blogger.com. So up here in the address bar, I'm just going to type in Blogger, blogger.com. And this is the page I want you to come to. This is Blogger's homepage. Now up here in the top right it says sign in to use Blogger with your Google account. Now if you already have a Google account, you can just type in your username, which is generally your email address, and your password. And you know what that is if you have a Google account. If you don't, you're going to need to come down here and click on this big orange arrow that says create your blog now. So let's do that. Now I do have a Google account. I'm going to go ahead and start a new one so you can see this process, but just follow me along here. Follow with me. So under the email address, I'm going to go ahead and type in my email address, which is info@bobsummers.com. All right, whoops, let's go back there to .com. And it's not a bad idea to have your own website, by the way. So it's just one of those things that I've got, and I think it's kind of neat. All right, so enter a password. So let's go ahead and pick a password that might be kind of tough for people to figure out. Let's see, and Google says, oh yeah, that's a strong password. Then we're going to retype it again. And hopefully I typed it exactly the same. If I didn't, Google's going to give me an error and tell me, hey, check that out again. Now the display name is important. This is the name used to sign your blog post. What you want to do here is you want to put your actual name. So I'm going to put Bob Summers. A lot of people use nicknames or whatnot. I wouldn't do that. So use your actual name. Now this is a word verification. You're going to see this a variety of times throughout these videos. And this is Google's way of making sure that this is an actual human being asking for this account. So PRATIO is what I see. You're going to see something a little different. Once you've done that, read the terms of service. I've read them many times. I'm completely fine with the terms of service with Google. Once you've done that, click I accept and click continue. All right, so Google said, hey Bob, check this out. This email address is invalid, info@bobsummers.com. Oh, and it looks to me like I might have left a space there, info space. Let's see what happens. Sure enough, that's what happened. And let's enter the password again. And I'm glad this happened because if you saw this and it didn't happen to me earlier, this could have been a problem. So let's go ahead and enter a password again. And let's retype it down here one more time. Display name. We've got to hit that word verification one more time. INGIN. And I accept the terms. And maybe this time we'll get it. Oh, that's great. Okay, now I have my Google account. Now what Google is saying, let's go ahead and start your blog. So that's exactly what we're going to do. This is the blog title. This is what's going to show up in the top of my blog. And I want to call this Likability Marketing. All right, that's just the name of my blog. I don't have that web address. Doesn't matter. It's just what I decided to call my blog. Now down here where you see the blog address, this is going to be the address people type into their computer in order to find my blog on the web. Now notice here, whatever I fill in after the http:// it will be then followed by a .blogspot.com. Now I'll tell you about that in a minute, but let's go ahead and put in the name of my site. So I think to make it easy for people to find my Likability Marketing site, I'm just going to type in Likability Marketing. Let's see, MARKETING. There we go. Likability marketing. Now, a couple of things I want you to notice. Number one, there are no capital letters in here. Number two, there are no spaces here. So when you create a domain name, you want to make sure there's no capital letters, no spaces, and you really don't want any freaky little ampersands or percentage signs. You just don't want that. You can have a dash in your domain name, but it's best not to do it. So that's the first thing. The next thing I want you to notice once again is the .blogspot. Now, if you choose to get your own domain name, and I'm going to look for likabilitymarketing.com before too many videos are up here, because I would like for people just to be able to type in likabilitymarketing.com. In order to do that, however, I have to buy a domain name from somebody like Yahoo or from GoDaddy. And GoDaddy is who I'd suggest. They do a great job, and there's some additional things they offer that you don't get with some of the other services. And that domain name might cost me $10 a year, which is fine. And then what I'm going to do is make a little connection so that when people type in likability marketing, they're actually directed to the website we're creating now, which is likabilitymarketing.blogspot.com. Now, the reason this .blogspot is here is because our information, my blog, is going to be hosted on Google's server. Now, in English, what that means is all the information on my blog is going to be sitting on a computer that Google owns. That's what that means. And because of it, we've got the .blogspot here, but there is a workaround on that. Let's check on availability to see if and sure enough, the blog address is available. That's good news. And I'm going to click Continue. And now I have a choice of choosing the template I want. Now, it's important for you to understand that once you choose a template here, you're going to have an opportunity to change your template whenever you want. And here I see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 different kinds of templates. But you notice as you look at each one, you only have one choice for each template. Now, once you set your blog up, you can go into this rounders and you'll see you have 4 choices for rounders, different colors, different looks, and it's the same with most of these. So I'm just going to click on rounders 3. So I want to click that little radio button so that it's selected right there. And once I've done that, I'm going to go to the very top here, or I think it's the bottom of the page, and click Continue. And at this point, Google has said, Bob, your blog has been created and you are ready to roll. Let me go ahead and click the Start Posting button. And here's where we'll be taken to this posting section. And when we start the next video, I'm going to go ahead and upload my very first post for my Likability Marketing blog.